you doing today?
I'm good. Hi, happy to be talking to you, Sharonda.
I'm happy to be talking to you after this crazy episode of Soulmates because I was literally like in this moral dilemma after watching the episode that you're involved in. I thought it was fantastic.
Did you like it then?
I did. I was upset for a while because I did have to choose a side for who I felt was right or wrong in the situation, but I got through it. So I first want to ask you because after watching the series, I wanted to know, did it make you feel as though that you looked at relationships in a more abstract way?
Oh, I don't know. I think they are so abstract nowadays. It's so complicated to have something like for sure, you know? Even when you have something for sure or you think it is like the best option you have, then science comes and says to you that your soulmate is not the one you chose. So I think it's very complicated to not see relationships kind of like in a very difficult, even abstract way. Um, for me, after doing the TV series, I think it's even more complicated than I thought it was before starting it. So,
Yeah, I mean, with your episode specifically, it really brings up something that we're seeing in society now, right? That there's this 80-20 rule. We always have this FOMO, and it's now starting to go into relationships that we feel that even though this person makes me happy, I still feel as though I'm not fully satisfied. And so I wanted to ask you for your character specifically, do you think that feeling that she has, do you think that it comes from something that might have happened within her upbringing? Because we don't really get to learn a lot about both of the characters' backgrounds as far as how they, or do you feel like that's kind of she's just been molded by how society is at that point in time?
I think it's more a kind of society thing because I don't think it's how your parents are bringing you. Because nowadays, for example, open relationships, which is something that Libby has an open marriage, and it's actually working perfectly, and she's happy and he is happy. And even in that case, something like someone appearing as a soulmate is like a big trouble, right? So it's kind of like they found like the solution for a taboo, a social taboo. Uh, but even these kind of people are struggling with the soulmate concept, right? So I think nowadays it's you were saying that you're not fully satisfied. So even when you think you're happy, you want something else, at least a little bit more, or just on Friday night, you know? So it's kind of like everybody can feel that feeling. Everybody can think, oh, this is talking about me, right? And I think that's something that comes with the human soul. We are all the time looking for something, not happy about what we have, or so it's interesting when suddenly science says to you, look, I actually know who's your soulmate, so stop thinking about it, stop worrying about it. What happens then if you have like a happy marriage? Would you want to know who's your soulmate?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I find very fascinating about your episode is we're presented with this happy couple who has fully defined their relationship, their marriage. But as soon as technology comes to intervene, it almost made me feel as though that it really exposed some cracks or maybe some, unhappiness within the relationship. Do you agree or not, or can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I think that technology is such a powerful tool that it will always create some kind of effect on human lives. Always. It doesn't matter what kind of technology or what kind of experiment. I think it always affects on people. And especially you need to know how to use it, right? Technology could be the best thing to society or it could be the worst thing. Technology can destroy us totally. But at the same time, technology can save lives. So it always depends on how is it used and the hands that are using it, right? What happens when technology and science tells you that you have a soulmate, that technology is on you? Do you want to know or not? Because you could choose not to do the test, For example, in my case, in Libby, she didn't want to know. She ends up knowing. And that's a big explosion into her world, right? But I think that it's very interesting how the series projects technology over something as powerful as love, because then everyone is affected by it.
Now, when you first read the script, did you choose a side? Did you feel as though that one partner in a relationship, do you feel like one person was more right than the other? Because I went back and forth on this while watching.
Yeah, that was exactly what happened to me. When I was reading, I was like, oh, she's right. No, he's right. Oh, she's right. No, he's right. Oh, no, she's right. And I was totally like that. That's why I thought she was such an interesting character, because the way she approaches to stuff, it's very different from the way I do the things, because she's very innocent somehow, and she's really like, it makes me feel like a child, because there's no bad intentions, there's no bad feelings or double faces, or she's just like so honest. And I think nowadays to be so honest is difficult. Even when people say to you, if you're 100% honest, everything is going to be fine. Well, she is, and nothing is fine. So it makes me think kind of like, it's interesting to approach something like love with total honesty, but even in that way, sometimes it cannot work.
And my final question is, what message do you want this episode to leave with the audience? Because there's so much to take out from it, but what specifically do you want them to get from it?
For me, the main message that I would love people just to think about when they see this episode is just, let's talk. To be open, just at least to talk about it. Because I think that nowadays, some issues, they are still like big taboos. And we don't even talk about them. We know they are next door. We don't open the door. And in my episode, especially with Libby, the big thing is, hey, what if we open the door? What if we do it without fear? The conversation might be something else. So that's the main idea that I would love people just to take with after watching the episode.
Well, I can't wait for everyone to see it. This episode definitely had me talking and thinking afterwards for a long period of time. So I can't wait for everyone to see your great performance. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me.
Thank you so much, and thanks for your time.
Thank you. Bye.